Oh my god. Hello. Hi, friends. How's it going? It's episode 4 of the Burning Wheel Patronage. We don't have a Dave, but I am joined by the wonderful Ash and Finbar for more fun stuff. I just remembered I forgot to update all the fate values on the overlays, so I'm going to do that. Ash, why don't you tell me the stuff that you've been up to while I do that?
Okay. Stuff I've been up to. Oh no. I went on an adventure yesterday because it was an anniversary with Emily. So I've been looking at birds. I like birds. I don't know if you knew this about me, but we went to an island and we looked at birds.
What? This is wildly out of character from what I've
Yeah,
learned about you.
this is massively
It's-
out character.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been hiding this from you this whole time. So yeah, I went looking at birds yesterday, and I'm flying interstate today. So it's a busy time.
When you say
Me.
flying interstate, what does that mean?
I'm
I wondered
flying
this
to
earlier.
Brisbane.
Oh, okay.
Does that
What?
but is that like between states into the state?
Yeah,
Interstate, INTER.
okay, okay.
Cool.
Okay,
Ah,
I thought you
don't
meant like
understand
into
my
state. And I was like,
strange Australian accent.
yes.
Yes, we're far too British.
Hmm.
Uh,
I
But
was
so
blown
I'm
away.
I'm awake and about, and I'm gonna go from here straight to packing because I, like a responsible adult, have not packed anything yet.
I was genuinely blown away when I saw on Twitter that it was your 14th anniversary, and just like, wow, congratulations.
I mean, yeah. I
That's-
mean, that's only counting from the second time we got together because the first time, Emily dumped me.
how
I've
could she?
I've been there. Don't worry.
She was 13, so
Outrageous. Outrageous.
I didn't realize y'all met so young.
we met in church. We were in,
Wow.
we were in church youth group.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't imagine you in a church.
I was gonna be a priest. That's what I wanted to be when I grew up. It turns out they don't let
Wow.
gay, atheist, trans women do that job.
Yeah.
I think there's one word above all the others that might discount you from the priesthood.
Yeah, there is one of
Yes,
those.
woman.
Woman.
I mean, take your pick.
Yeah. No.
What, 14 years.
Yeah.
That's like twice as long as me and Sarah have been together.
It'll
Let's
be
not
half
compare
my
it to
life next
relationships.
Hmm.
My God,
So yeah.
so sweet.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Finbar.
Hi.
How's it going?
Speaking of not packing for things up to the last minute, we ended last episode, and then I turned around and packed a bag to go to a wedding in Ireland, where I danced I drank a bunch of beer,
Mhm.
celebrated the love of my cousin and his
Mhm.
lovely new wife. I danced like a crazy person because that's what I do.
That's what you do. Yeah.
I have a sacred mission, and it's when the dance floor is empty, I correct that. I have an instinct, I think, like a real
Yeah.
life instinct of when the dance floor is empty, I correct that.
Yeah.
And now a bunch of small children know me as that man who does the silly dances. Also, a fella I did not know spoke to me as we were at the urinals the next day and went, "You were a very good dancer yesterday." I was like, "Cool. I don't know you. And this is not a situation I want to have small chat in."
Wow.
Really?
Wow.
You posted like a picture of you and some cousins, I think, and I was like, and like you had like such strong family resemblance. I was like, look at all the pasty white British boys. It's so cute.
Those two are Irish, full-blooded Irish. But yes, we do have some similarities. There's another cousin who we don't look much alike, but there's occasionally just these like looks where it's like
Mhm.
we just have the exact same expression every now and then. It's very weird.
Mhm.
But yes, that was me and the fellow, well, most of the fellow Smallies my youngest cousin Avril was off getting shots with her friends and not inviting us because we weren't cool enough to hang out.
Apparently.
This is
Wow.
shitty. If you're watching Avril, I know you aren't, but if you are,
Wow.
yeah, it was good fun. And then I came back, and it was a 12-hour journey, and my body is broken, but I'm here.
It's wild to me that just like the different forms of travel that we use as like human beings, that like a 12-hour journey for you to get to Ireland is the same as like the 12-hour journey it's going to take for me to get to San Jose in October.
Yep. But when you want
Yeah, like it only takes 8 hours to drive to Melbourne, right? Like,
yeah,
boats are really slow.
walk to Ireland?
No, I do wonder if it would take about the same amount of time, but yeah, it turns out that Wales doesn't have great roads, for going straight through Wales.
This is true. They don't have cars. They live in the ocean.
And fuck. It took me so long, and then I got it, and then I regretted getting it.
Bye, Ash. Well, bye everyone. That's the end of the show.
I'm mad.
Yes, yeah. Ireland is actually really far away, and
then boats.
Yeah,
boats are slow. So hey, I'm done. I'm playing Disgaea 5 because I wanted to play a JRPG. It's got a bad story, but there's all the stats, just all the stats to grind up.
I tried Final Fantasy 14 yesterday.
Oh yes, you made a math wizard.
I made a Lalafell Arcanist. She's adorable and I love her. And she summons like a little like carbuncle, which I always hate in Final Fantasy because in Final Fantasy carbuncle is adorable.
Are you talking English?
Yes.
Lalafell Carbuncle is not.
So Lalafell are the little like gnome dwarf people in Final Fantasy 14.
Okay, all right, I get
Look
that
at this
much.
little spirit bunny.
But
Yeah.
I thought a carbuncle was a train.
What?
What's a carbuncle?
So in Final
It's
Fantasy,
the thing on the end of a train.
no.
I don't know if that's a thing. I
So-
mean,
so-
when you Google a carbuncle, it's some kind of skin rash.
Yeah, it's kind of skin rash. But in
Why do you
Final
stop putting
Fantasy,
that on your gnome?
in Final Fantasy, carbuncle is a little like bunny dog with like a ruby on their head. They're adorable. But yeah, I have this teeny tiny little gnome lady who runs around with a bunny dog, and
Oh my god,
it's great.
they're adorable. Yeah, I maybe spoke to you and realized you were playing that game and went, I've always wanted to play this. So I started downloading it, and I need to find out what server you're on.
I'm on Omega in like the
Don't tell me
EU
now.
data
I'll forget.
server.
We're about to do 2.5 or 3 hours of bullshit.
Yeah, it's very true.
Fabulously wonderful artistic bullshit.
Yes, but bullshit
you know.
nonetheless.
I've got a new character in Sophia's here. It's gonna get silly.
Yeah, it's gonna get very silly. But yeah, I had fun with it. I'm gonna try and you can play it at level 35 for free and like 30 days, which is like a pretty good amount of time. I got to level 10 in just one sitting though, so we'll see. But I might dig into it properly after I've played Kingmaker, because that's coming out next Tuesday.
All of the reading is done.
Yes.
All of the reading.
But yeah. The other thing that I wanted to talk about before we get started is the Dragon Prince, which is this
I
new
haven't
show.
watched it, and I need to watch it. And the animation style is that weird, like pseudo 3D thing that I'm not a huge fan of. But it's by the people who made Avatar, and Danica Harrod working with Twitter, so got a rep for Danica.
Yeah, it definitely looks a lot like Avatar. I really like it. The story is great. The characters are all great. The animation is really dodgy. The frame rate is disgustingly low in some scenes.
I've heard this.
There are some scenes when it's like the elves are doing the fucking Naruto run through the woods, and it's like 6 frames per second, and you're like, this is not good enough for the quality of the rest of this show. Like, I'm only 4 episodes in, but there is a character called Aunt Amira who is like a general in the army. She is like a huge, like 6 foot tall beast of a woman who fights with a tower shield. Just a tower shield, and she is deaf and mute and has like a sign language interpreter with her at all times. And I'm just like, I love her.
I love her.
She's just amazing.
I'm on board.
She sounds rad. I had heard about there's a deaf and mute character. Didn't realize they were also.
Yeah, she also just
cool.
fights with a fucking tower shield. And it's good. I like it. I wish the animation was better. But it's cool. It's cool.
This is gonna be that thing like Ruby, where it's like I can't actually get into this because of the animation. If it's not.
Yeah,
I've hard off.
I felt like it's good. Like background watching. Like I'll put it on and do something else.
Hopefully, if enough people watch it, they'll get more money to make season 2, and then they will make it smoother.
Yes.
I got told that there's a live action remake of
Avatar,
being made. I don't understand. Tell a new story. Why are you remaking it, you stupid heads?
It's with the same creators as well, so they're gonna make.
Yeah, right. They could tell a new story.
Like.
Maybe it's because they know it will make a ton of money, and then they can make a film that's a new story.
Nah.
But I don't know.
It's just because they're stupid heads.
But I would like to see a live-action adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender that isn't made by M. Night Shyamalan. So,
just generally that isn't kind of bad.
Yeah, I'm really not interested in it actually.
Yeah.
In a live-action adaptation. Like, it kind of isn't the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I like to. Yeah.
I'll probably watch it though, to be honest, because it'll be better if it's half as good as the cartoon. It'll be better than a lot of TV.
Yeah.
So save me doing a rewatch of the animated show.
I've never watched the animated show. I should probably do that.
What?
We should start the show before I.
We should start the show. So, for those of you who weren't here last week, here's the point where you can leave if you don't want to get spoiled. Okay, like this is the leave if you don't want to get spoiled hand. Okay.
I think there's some confusion about the fate of Vito.
Yeah. Okay, so Vito got hanged. Hanged.
Both. He a dead boy.
He is dead.
He a dead boy.
Vito assaulted a noble. Lied to a guard. Told the truth to a guard. Got thrown in prison. Lied to the captain of the guard. And then was hanged. So
and refused to give up my sister.
Yeah, you refused to give it.
Let's remember noble sacrifice.
No,
ish.
Yeah, the noble sacrifice for your massive crime lord murdering.
Look,
sister.
She came up from nothing. She pulled herself up by her bootstraps. She's the ideal citizen.
Yes. Yeah.
Just because she did it slightly more shadily.
Mm-hmm.
And I have, as such, constructed a new character.
Mm-hmm. So I think actually like the first like scene of the like the show that is this show is like lots of like very tight shots of like the bell tower on the cathedral, and then like the gallows, like the executioner in the big black robes, and then just like an ultra tight shot of just like the rope around Vito's neck, and then it goes black.
Yeah.
And like we all this is the Game of Thrones thing. We see Vito die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we know he's dead.
Yes.
And
death art isn't a thing, at least not yet. So
it is an art.
Yeah. So
yeah. So let's talk about your new character.
Sure. So my new character is a lady called Adriana Reasare. She actually because what I wanted to do was I want to make a character with some money, because being poor sucked. I wanted to make sure that we kept Vito's sister Bianca in the game, because otherwise 3 episodes spent following Vito around would have been wasted, as like every element he sort of touched kind of disappeared from the story, so I didn't want that to happen. And she was cool. And then I wanted to kind of make someone who's a bit different, so I made an accountant who happens to have grown up with Bianca and is also her ex-girlfriend, and is nowadays kind of a mob accountant. She has a cool secretary who's a few steps away from being an adopted daughter, but is the daughter of like another girl her and Bianca grew up with, who died not too long ago, and asked us if we could look after her kid, and we were like, and the Nightingale went, yeah, I can't. She should not be anywhere near me.
Yeah,
you take her. So I now have this 17-year-old who's a little bit messed up about life, and I'm trying to take care of her. But yes, so shall I go through beliefs and instincts and do that whole shebang?
Can we talk about like life path and stuff before we dig into that?
So life path, born in the city. Actually, the first 2 life paths are the same as Vito, and what I imagine are the same as Bianca. City born and smuggler. Adriana then went from being a smuggler. She got enough money, and she went not legit. She became a loan shark.
Usurer.
Yeah. So money lender is the one in there, but yes, she's where she acquired a bit of a reputation. She is known as the Siren of Silver, because she lent dock workers money, and they were like, we don't need to pay back this scrawny 20-year-old girl. And then those sailors washed up on the shores with their heads caved in. And suddenly she got paid. Yeah, she's a relatively violent lady when she has to be. And then she acquired enough money that she bought her way into the Bankers Guild of the city, and became a banker, and worked kind of with in that guild for a good few years. She has recently sort of retired, in that she opened a smaller private money lending house and is living in a nice flat above it, with her secretary, where she runs a few accounts, including Bianca's, and shuffling money into the gaps of legality.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what she's about.
Yeah, I like it. This also gives us like a nice new insight into like the merchant class.
Yeah.
And because we haven't really seen much of that yet.
We have not. And I think it's the thing of like it seems I want it to be a thing of like it seemed like Sophia had maybe exhausted the pools of nobles who might give her money. Or at least is in the process of torturing some of those relationships. So
I'm gonna keep circling them up.
I know
Circles.
you are. But I figured I would bring
I'd
it.
like to circles a new fool.
Where was the last place we saw? Was it Sophia? The last place we saw her, where she, like,
She was just leaving a friend's apartment.
did
Yes,
you
her
shove him
friend's
over or something? What did-
apartment after you destroyed his painting and then ran out screaming that he assaulted you.
That was it. That was. I knew it was.
Yeah, exactly. Leaving my friend's apartment.
Is this how you
Yes.
normally leave your friends' apartments?
I mean, I have a variety of ways.
She can run screaming. She can stand and drool and be carried out. She can collapse and wake up somewhere else. Yeah. Shall we do some beliefs and such?
Yeah, let's hear those.
Okay. So once again I've bought a relationship with Bianca. She's still a 10-point person, but it's a forbidden relationship because she's still a huge deal criminal and it is romantic. So first belief is, while they may have been estranged, Bianca is liable to do something stupid to avenge Vito. I will talk to her and convince her to bide her time.
Nice and simple. Yeah.
Second one is getting a toe into the Piazza could be valuable, and Vito's now abandoned theatre. That may be my route in. I shall find out how to acquire it from the city, because I imagine the property of a man who was just executed by the courts.
Yeah, that's gonna go to the.
It's gonna be a little more tricky.
Yeah.
Luckily, I'm good at this, ish. The last one is Arya saved my life when we were girls. I shall repay the favor to her daughter. I shall find out what Elia wants to do with her life and support her. Elia is my secretary and the daughter of the girl I knew growing up.
Great.
I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get through to this kid.
Gotta get through to these kids.
There we go. There it is. My instincts are, which this one isn't necessarily a great running wheel instinct, so I might need to rewrite it. But it's the thing I'm thinking is kind of core to this person. It's a Lannisters must pay their debts kind of thing. But it's debts must always be repaid.
That sounds like a belief to me.
Yeah.
Like I read that and I was like, that's a belief. That's not an instinct.
I think it's because the thing is, like, I'm gonna have a bunch of stuff in here about like paying off like debts to the person who fucked with my with Bianca as Bianca's brother, and paying back my debt to Arya via her daughter and things like that. So it doesn't quite need.
You've got to remember that like the instincts really are meant to be things that you do.
Yeah, they're meant to be instant
in the moment.
Yeah, which I think this character is very much a bide her time character, so that I don't die again. So I'm gonna think about it. I want to leave it on the sheet for the moment because I think it's a core part of this character. But yeah, the second instinct is always know something no one else in the room does, which is going to be I get into a conversation with an important person. Flashback to me having done some research in preparation for this conversation.
Yes, this is I get to roll a wise at the start of a scene.
Yeah, and I get to like have been prepared for this.
Yes.
And then always find out the price of beautiful things.
Nice.
She's a rich lady and she likes nice stuff.
And 100%, if you want to ask me like, what is the price of this beautiful lady?
Ding ding ding. Yeah, cool. And then my traits. I am intense and paranoid. I think I'm also romantic because everyone in the series
everyone is romantic. Yes.
Yep. And everyone is cynical, right? It's romantic, cynical, and live.
Where did I write down the final versions of these? So everyone is live and romantic, and merchants are materialistic.
Oh, materialistic then.
Yep.
So that's probably what I am now, and that makes sense with I like buying nice things.
Yes. Yeah.
And then I have my call-on traits, which I am Pennywise, which is a call-on for resources.
Nice. Pennywise is very good.
Yup. I'm live, because everyone is, and I am driven. So I wanted a call-on for persuasion, and the other ones were a bit too veto-y. They were like charismatic and charming, and it was a bit more like and I think to go along with intense. Adriana is a very she sets her sights on something, and she'll be able to convince you to come along with her. You will get swept up in her wake. So she is driven.
Nice.
And that is Adriana.
Cool. Okay, and so Elia, you bought using the bodyguard rules. Yeah.
So
okay.
she's a 2 life path character.
Yes. So she has beliefs and stuff, but we'll.
Yeah.
I will refer to these
more,
when she's
much
in
more
the scene.
vague. Just guideline points.
Okay, I love always
More like
sneer.
guidelines than actual rules.
That's always sneer is a good instinct.
Yeah. It turns out you spend 6 years as like a criminal from the age of 12 to the age of 7, or 5 years as a criminal from the age of 12 to the age of 17. You gather a level of disrespect for people.
Okay. Ash, do we want to go through Sophia's beliefs, instincts, and traits?
So Sophia has been cold and hungry, and never again. I will secure for myself a stable passive income.
Mm-hmm. So what's the plan for that one?
Well, I was trying to get what's her name to become my patron, but I don't know that that's working.
Yeah, I don't know. She doesn't.
I had this great plan where I was gonna get what's her name? Bellini.
Stella
Bellini. And I was gonna romance her, and I was gonna make a painting of her son, and she was gonna give me money forever.
How's that working out?
Currently, I'm half naked in the street, covered in paint.
Standard. We've all been
I have
half
these
naked
fancy
in the
bucks
street
for all
covered
names
in
and
paint,
fools.
to
They
be
will come
honest.
to buy the art that mocks them. So I need to work out a way to get my art to be talked about. That's something that I need to.
Yeah,
I need to work on.
That seems like a good.
And I've also got all these rules and expectations are stifling. I'll be applauded for my unique self-expression.
I
which
kind
didn't
of feel like
at the party, but it didn't.
Yeah, I kind of feel like those second two beliefs are almost the same thing.
Maybe.
I feel like they're calling on the same root of the nobles are stupid.
Yeah.
And I'm a unique snowflake.
Yes, that's true. I might need to replace them with something. Yeah, that is true. I will have a think about what I can change that to.
Yeah, and right now you don't have a belief right now about your father and your husband and that whole mess.
Yeah,
so
true.
that might be something to try and fit in of convincing your father that your husband is a good man, or
yeah, I need to work out what that belief is.
Yeah.
As far as as far as what do I think makes sense for Sophia?
Yeah.
My instincts are always have a tasty snack on hand,
Mm-hmm.
never bow to etiquette, and always flirt with the brightest in the room.
Yeah.
I just remembered how you used always have a tasty snack on hand last time. Just point at yourself.
Oh, yeah.
It was a strong play.
Yeah. You are the tasty
Um,
snack.
Damn straight. My traits are reckless, sea legs, mind-numbing work, charming, lithe, romantic, and materialistic. Because we decided that my family was more merchant, didn't we?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
I think that was sort of how they've escaped the sort of decline of the nobility is by
Yeah.
we got into trading and we got real rich,
Mm-hmm.
Yep, exactly.
and that's why your
I
dad's
mean-
mad at you because you married like a traditional noble who's poor.
My yeah, look, my family is my dad is pretty shrewd
Yeah.
as far as pompous dickheads go.
Yes.
Him and his 6 will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty.
That's right. I was looking up how advancement works because I have a feeling that I might need to check in on that, but I'm gonna look that up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So generally, as long as you've been like marking your tests,
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a table somewhere in the book that tells you.
Yes, there is. I gotta find. That's what I'm finding.
Yeah.
The thing is, when it's below 4, it's it's a certain number of routines and then either difficult or challenging tests. No,
Mhm.
Oh, that's right. No, I've got 2 challenging on will and only 1 difficult.
Yep.
That was what was frustrating me.
Yeah, we're definitely having that. That's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So who wants to go first? Do we wanna jump straight back into Sophia? Like, where does Sophia go? Or
I go home to Martin,
yeah.
right? That's what I do.
So we've established that you ran out naked, covered
Did I,
in half
did I
naked,
already
covered
make
in
a
paint.
big scene outside?
That's what I want to know. Do you make a big scene?
Yeah, of course I do.
Okay, do you wanna roll conspicuous
Yes.
and see
Yes, I
how
do.
big a scene this is?
Yes. Yes, I do. I want to make the biggest scene.
Okay, before we just roll this, I do have a question of what does success look like with this scene? And what does failure look like with
Yeah.
this?
So, but before we do that, I want to establish like when this happens, because I don't
Okay,
think
so
we.
this
think
is
this- Sorry.
presumably is me like immediately after, right? Stumbling out.
No, I mean like time of day.
Oh, right.
I don't think we established that.
We
when
didn't really
we
establish
set
what
scene.
time of day I went round to his house. Yeah.
Yes.
It was daytime, so I imagine it's probably like
That first bit,
afternoon.
Yeah.
yeah, that first bit felt very afternoon delight.
Yes, it was definitely that.
I
So
hate
maybe like
people.
early evening.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's still people like milling around the piazza. It's less
Yeah,
less
he's
people like
probably not
shopping
straight on the
now and
piazza itself.
people drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like his flat like exits right onto the piazza.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then this is gonna be very much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, Sophia, what are you doing?
Yeah, so what are you trying to achieve here? That people...
I mean, the question is this conspicuous or is it falsehood, right?
Oh,
I
it's
want everyone to
conspicuous.
see me leaving the house in distress.
It may even be a linked test.
Right.
Like
Conspicuous
it's
for falsehood.
conspicuous to get people to notice you, and then falsehood to lie about what Dante did.
I think that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I get my question would be: is this like falsehood usually lying to a specific person? Is the point of this just to start a rumor that
Yeah, that's what it is.
is a lech? I feel just yelling it really loudly while running down the street, half dressed.
Kind of just
leaving his
achieves
house.
that.
Yeah, like if you, because conspicuous into falsehood is like making a specific person notice you and then lying to them.
Yeah.
Which maybe
Then is it
part of
just
success here
conspicuous?
is people not remembering it was you who did this. Just knowing, oh, that guy seems like a bad person, and then
I like that plan.
word doesn't get back to your husband that you were seen running from a man's house half naked.
Yeah.
I don't know what your relationship structure is.
Yeah, that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Like,
We live in a traditional era.
yeah, I
this
know.
is-
I'm not sure what my relationship with him looks like in these terms either.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know if Martin is an ethical non-monogamist.
Is there a trait for that?
I don't know, maybe.
All right. I'm gonna roll this conspicuous. if
Yes.
you'll,
So before you roll, let's talk
We
about
need 9.
failure. Is the failure here no one notices you, or is the failure people know it's you?
I don't mind if people know it's me. I think failure is either no one notices or. Yeah, I think it's just everyone's like if people do know it's me and they're like, oh, it's Sophia being a dickhead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. So if you succeed, the rumor will be Dante is a lech. If you fail, the rumor is Sophia is messing with people again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I like
I
that.
hate this. I hate it.
So
You're muted,
it
Jimbo.
is.
That can slowly spread back to the two men who might have
Yes.
a big issue.
I hate this.
so-
I hate it.
Conspicuous on a busy street is ob-free.
Do you have conspicuous?
No.
Oh no. This can only go well.
Ash, I love
I
you.
was hoping. I'm trying to get. I was hoping I could get a routine test out of it, but
Mm.
why am I not? Ah, because I've got to open it in a separate window. Input value modifiers 0.
I mean, it being routine doesn't really matter for opening the skill, does it?
Because
It has to be routine for opening.
challenging and difficult tests go towards the stat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's 3 6s in there.
I mean, I've got to do it, right?
Yeah, you gotta roll.
Yes.
That's a pretty good roll.
Where were these dice last week?
There you go. You did it.
Explode that.
I did it.
Explode that 6.
Get fucked, Dante. You
8
piece of
successes.
shit.
Yeah, okay. So what
And
is...
now I have opened conspicuous.
You did it.
The
You
most
did it.
conspicuous.
I believe
So what do I? So that means I add it with.
half the
It's half rounded down of the root stat.
yeah, so half
Okay.
your will.
To 2.
But now you're not doubling the arbor, so
And you
Yeah.
can fork.
mm-hmm. So yeah, so we cut, I guess, from like the hanging of the bard.
Well, I have an idea if that's like the first bit of where we can.
Yeah,
Do a cut from the-
that's like pre-title sequence.
Okay. Let's finish up
yeah.
her bit.
Yeah,
'cause I don't want to
so you run home, making a lot of noise. You are people take note, and people who know who Dante is hear the rumor, and by the end of the day, the Piazza is buzzing with this strange story of a vulnerable young girl running in terror from a violent artist. There's a rumor that he was trying to make you get naked to pose for a painting.
He's gonna put paint on my bits. I don't know. It's he's trying to invent body art. Right.
Oh dear.
Yeah. There's a bad rumor about him being a nasty artist man.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so you get home.
I ran home and I cried to Martin about how I went to visit my friend. And I tried to show him how he could improve his painting, and then
well so what, so you get back
yeah,
and Martin,
and I throw myself onto Martin, who's probably got a Bunsen burner.
Martin is
the
in
head of a
his
rat,
lab,
and he's like, science.
Yeah, so he's in his lab. He's grinding something in a pestle and mortar. There's an alembic distilling something.
Yeah, and I throw myself on him, and essence of pure copper just flies everywhere, and I'm like, Martin, let me tell you, it's so horrible.
Dear.
I was trying to be nice.
Dear, mind the aquafortis.
I'm like, yeah, fuck your aquafortis. You don't know what's happened. Martin, no one will take me seriously as a painter. They will just want to fuck me.
I'm sure that's not true, darling.
I'm like, you don't think they want to fuck me?
I don't know if there's a skill for what you're doing.
It's falsehood. I'm lying to him.
But are you lying? Because people don't take you seriously.
Oh dear. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? I'm just sobbing into him.
Are you trying to persuade him to comfort you and help solve your problem?
What I'm trying to do is set it up so that if Dante tries to start shit,
Yeah.
that Martin will defend my honor.
Oh God.
Hmm.
Time to find out between the skillful painter and the book nerd, which of them is better in a sword fight.
God.
Right? I want him to be like, I don't want him to be like, go and march over there right now.
Yeah.
But I want him to be like, you had a bad time, right? And it was that nasty man.
And also that the rumor mill is spinning up. The rumor mill is spinning up that both Dante is a crude, vicious beast, but also that he has jilted his mistress. And you want him to ignore all the rumors that paint you in a negative light.
Yeah.
Basically that, yeah. That's what I want. I want Martin to keep loving me. And I'm acting preemptively. I got you.
Yeah, I think this is persuasion.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Again, things I don't have.
Yeah.
God. I can't imagine Martin's a very willful man.
No, he's a very perceptive man.
Yeah. High perception, low will.
Don't think we've rolled against.
Yeah, we've not rolled against Martin
yet.
before.
What
I mean, like, part of
was...
the reason that I got with Martin in the first place is because he's a pushover, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. What was Vito's will?
Vito's old will. It's not mine anymore.
Was he a 4 will?
I think he was a 4.
Because I feel like will 4 is probably where we're going.
Yeah, he was perception 6, will 4.
Yeah, I think that's what Martin has.
all right, shall I? I'll do that then. Again, things I don't have.
Yep.
Eventually, you'll finish opening all these skills, and Sophia will be unstoppable, though.
Oh, we're back to the 2s.
Oh no, the
That's,
2s.
that's your difficult test for will, right?
That's difficult.
So
I need
it
one
is-
more.
It is difficult.
Oh, God. Because the challenging doesn't count as a difficult, does it? No.
No.
No, I need one more. On the plus side, I'm only one away.
Yeah.
Nice.
On the negative side, I have not persuaded Martin that.
Jack shit.
Yeah. So
Okay.
he's
He ain't gonna defend your honor in the street anytime soon. Or maybe he will.
So
I
he's
think he just thinks I'm an idiot, right? Like.
yeah, so he pulls you in close, he strokes your hair, and he's like, "Oh, Sophia, my dear, I'm sorry you had a bad day. It's gonna be okay. Don't worry. I'm here. We have a lovely dinner tonight. Just don't you worry your little head about it." He's gonna roll some soothing platitudes.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
He doesn't have to roll against it. He doesn't have to roll against me for it. I'm gonna take it.
yeah, you're just gonna.
There is no opposition to soothing platitudes.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, she's genuinely upset herself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? She's made herself upset. So soothing platitudes is like
What she wants to hear.
Yeah.
is what she wants to hear because she's convinced herself of the like of the nonsense.
Yeah. So he just says a lot of, don't worry, darling. I'm here. No one's gonna hurt you now. Why don't you go and have a lie down and we'll have dinner later and you can tell me everything that happened. And don't worry. None of the nasty men are gonna hurt you now. And then he like gently pushes you towards the door so he can go back to his science.
Yeah, and she's like sniffles and sobs and she's like, "Thank you, Martin. I'm sorry about your crocus oil." And like, you know, and
Yeah.
whatever she spilled as she came in,
Yes.
she's like, but yeah, I think she goes.
Yeah,
up,
as you leave, you can smell like some weird burning.
yeah.
And he's, yeah, and you hear like as you leave, "Oh my, the Aquafortis."
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna go to bed
Okay.
in my clothes again. Oh no, I'm not wearing many clothes, so
Yeah.
I'm ready for bed. I am already in my pajamas.
Yeah. Okay.
Such supportive marriage with people who love and trust each other.
Exactly. Do we want to take an early break now and
Sure.
come back in?
Wait,
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of like trying to break in the middle of a scene.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sounds sensible to me.
Cool. Well, we'll be back in 5 minutes or so, and we'll get our first scene with Adriana. Cool. We'll see you guys in a sec.